That passion is what you're going to always want to be gravitated to. That passion is going to fuel you when you are in the middle of the storm by yourself, trying to determine if this is. Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E.
Let me ask you a question. This might shake you up a little bit, but what if the reason that you have not invested in yourself is not laziness? It's emotional overload. Because when you are overwhelmed, you don't rise to your intentions, you fall to your default, and anything left in default eventually dies. Today, we're not just talking about a gift. We're talking about the inner ability that you need to actually grow.
Because not enough of us take the time to truly get to know who we are at the core of our being so that we are clear about what we bring to the table. We often let society define what we should be doing, how we should be living, where we should be going.
Society will always pressure you to chase what pays fast while your nervous system is still trying to survive. And when you're in survival mode, you will keep discounting your gift because it's still undeveloped and you won't see how to monetize it, but others see it. And so they take advantage of you. So if you've been stuck in that cycle, the next step is not more hustle. The next step is emotional resilience so that you can think, decide, and move with clarity.
I want you to take a moment to really know who you are, because doing what society tells you to do often has you working longer than you want to work on a job you may not really want to be bothered at, around people that you really don't want to have in your existence. And we often do that because when our gift is undeveloped, we're not really sure what it is. And we often don't know how to monetize it to truly live the life that we really want to live. So I want to give you some encouragement today to take a moment to get to know you better. Because when I finally took the time to get clarity of who I was at the core of my being, I discovered my gift. And by discovering my gift, I've discovered my purpose and have been able to position myself to fulfill it. I shared with everyone before that you are born with a gift, and your gift is designed to help you know and fulfill your purpose. I've shared that your gift is somewhere between the experiences that you have, the talents that you bring to the table, and the things that you are passionate about. That passion is what you're going to always want to be gravitated to. That passion is going to fuel you when you are in the middle of the storm by yourself, trying to determine if this is what you are truly supposed to do. It will give you clarity. It will give you insight. And I want you to take the time to grow it. Because oftentimes, if you take the moment to grow your gift, you will then be someone that can pass generations, leave an imprint for others to come. You may be an individual that's great at organizing things, or you just may be that person that people come to that helps them feel better, the individual that people just sort of use as an unofficial therapist. You have a natural ability to help people feel better about who they are, what they do, and that I need you to know from this day forward that is a gift. Most of the time, we operate automatically in our gifts and we don't know what it is. But there's moments where a situation will arise where your gift will have to be unburied and exposed to the world, where your gift will help you stand where you thought you were going to fail. Those are the moments that we finally gain insight and truly triumph. I'm reminded of a queen of Nigeria. Her name was Amina. When she was a little girl in the 1600s, she asked her father, could she be taught how to be a warrior like the other young men? Somewhere in the midst of her soul, she just knew she had to learn the skills that they were learning. And it was a good thing because when she became queen, she was able to expand the territory of her nation to its greatest height ever. And because she listened to the core of her being, because sometimes in order for you to do the thing that you were called to do, you may have to stand alone. So I want to encourage you to be okay with standing alone sometimes. I want to encourage you to be okay with entering into a situation where it is just your skills that get you through it. Because here's something that I had to learn. And it wasn't until I entered into what I now have discovered. Your gift will create opportunities for you to grow it. I now know that I have the natural ability to organize chaos, but I had to keep encountering moments of chaos to gain that insight. Now, granted, it was really irritating to my soul to keep walking into an environment or a situation where it seemed like chaos was reigning. But it's when I started paying attention to the fact that I am the one that is there for that situation to be whole, that I was the one that was brought into that situation because I had a skill that can fix it. You, too, were born with a gift for the situations that keep coming up in your world. You may need to take a moment to see what keeps arising that you have to constantly be the answer to. Because here's something else that I've shared before. You are someone's answered prayer. You were born for such a time as this. You were born with the answer to the situation that somebody is encountering, and they need you to grow your gift. You see, when a seed is really small, it doesn't really seem like it can amount to anything. But if you take a baby oak and you plant it, when it grows into a mighty tree, it can bear other oaks for other people to have strength in the bearings of that tree as well. And here's the thing about that seed. It had to be buried. That moment that was put in you that made you feel like it was burying you whole, it was just giving you time to cultivate your seed. But until you believe you are worthy of investing in yourself, you will not take the time to develop it. Some people have great raw talent. That's part of their gift. But if you apply yourself and get someone to teach you and enhance you and help you to grow it with some educational elements that they have brought to the table. See, you don't have to always walk through all the storms yourself to get some insight to grow your gift. But it may require you to have a decision to let someone else pour into you what they have walked through so that you can start from a better playing field. So I encourage you today, to order for you to grow your undeveloped gift, invest in yourself. And here's something else I want you to know. You're never too old to start learning your gift, growing your gift, and fulfilling your purpose. The day you decide that you want to be whole is the day that you will make decisions that you will need to help you invest in growing your gift. Because once it's developed, y'all, I know the world has been waiting for you to show up, to show out for this moment so that they can be whole and you will obtain the riches that you desire. And I'm not simply talking about money, although money is often a byproduct of you developing your gift. But if you grow it, you can leave a legacy for generations to come. And so individuals like me can gain insight about you, like I did with Queen Amina, who was born in the 1600s. I know her story because she developed her gift, and it took her years to do it from being a little girl. There are individuals in your life that you admire, and you appreciate the gift that they bring to the table, but often it took them years to do it. And you can shortcut some of those years by finding someone to help you invest it. I have taken the time to find mentors and coaches to help me invest in my gift. I am a natural strategist. My natural, logical, analytical mind helps me to put things in place to give other individuals the strategies and actionable steps that they need to fill in the gap to reach their next trajectory. But I invested in myself, and I encourage you to do the same. So for today, the role that you once played, whether it was a spouse, a professional, or full-time parent, that shaped your identity. But now, everything's changed. And with that change comes uncertainty. What if this is your opportunity to redefine you, rediscover a newer version of yourself that's built for this moment in time? This is your chance to create that reset moment, the identity that aligns with who you really are and not just who the world expects you to be. If you don't remember anything else I've shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. Take the time to invest in yourself. Take the time to know that you are worthy of the investment. You are maybe an individual that pours into everyone else. Now is the time for you to pour into yourself.
And here's the next level note. God tells us to be fruitful, but what he gives us to be fruitful is a seed. It's your responsibility to grow your seed, because inside the seed of your soul is the seed that you need to do what you are called into the earth to do. So if you feel buried under stress, buried under the mess, buried under the chaos, it's okay. That burying is a soil that your seed needs to grow. That mess can cultivate you. So learn the lessons that you need to learn now so that what God put inside of you can be birthed into the earth.
Today, if any of this resonates with you, then it's time to reset. So like, comment, and share this information with others. And if you want someone to join you on the journey, reach out to me on my website, tanyaehood.com. There, you can find under the Work With Me tab the various ways that we can join with each other so I can pour into you some things that were poured into me to help you reach your next trajectory. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.